Hello everyone, Trophy Wine Hunter. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a review of the 2019 Château Paradis Casseuil. So I was really excited to find this wine. It's part of the Domaine Baron Rothschild family, or DBR family. And I've never seen this wine in this market, so I was really excited to see this. I think there's a couple of reasons. One is, again, the ongoing trend from Saskia Rothschild after she's taken over management of Château Lafite to try to make wines of the DBR family a bit more accessible. And then two, because, as I'll explain a little bit later, the winery has expanded a little bit, so there's a little bit more of it around in the world. Château Paradis Casseuil is located in the Entre-deux-Mers region in Bordeaux, so one of the value regions in Bordeaux. I know that I've said in the past, when you drink wines of these value regions, you don't learn a lot about the first growths or the growth wines. And that's true. But if we're going to drink value and you get a chance to drink a wine that's produced by the DBR family, I think that's normally a pretty good thing. Chateau Paradis Casseuil translates to the vines of paradise. And it was joined the DBR family in 1984 when they purchased Chateau Riessec. And as part of that deal, they had to also sell this vineyard site in Entre-deux-Mers, which is one of the best sites in Entre-deux-Mers. So the soils in this site are very clay and rich in calcium. When you talk about clay, generally speaking, that's going to be really good for Merlot because they're porous and they help to withstand kind of drought conditions or also too wet conditions. The vineyard is planted 67% Merlot, 28% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 5% Cabernet Franc. And this wine has been produced for many, many years. But, it doesn't seem like they've had a lot of wine come out. I've never seen this wine. But originally it was about 14 hectares. Then they added another 9 hectares in 1989. And then just recently in 2013, they added another 53 hectares. So I think that's why you're seeing the expansion of more of these wines going to be available. Currently, about 8,000 cases are produced. I think that may increase over time as the vineyards that were bought in 2013 mature. 2019, to me, was a great vintage because it was value priced. It wasn't overly priced in terms of the entrepreneur market. I'll just also mention that the grapes here, the average age vine is 18 years. This is not meant to be Château Lafite. And again, as I've said before, when we talk about Entre-deux-Mers regions, we're looking at value wines. We don't learn a lot about first growth wines. Having said that, the DBR family is trying to produce quality wines for early drinking. So the expectation here, it is actually 60% wooded. I don't know what that means, but that means it's probably just aged in a very short time period. They mean these wines to be drank very early, so within 2 years. And so it really is a consumer-friendly wine. It will give you stylistically the interpretation or the mind frame of Lafite. But there's no mistake. This is not Chateau Lafite. It's not Duhard de Milan. It's not Caruz Lafite. But it is from that family. And the price point is around $40, which is really reasonable given the beauty of the label. I think that the name DBR, if they're prepared to put their label on and their name on the wine, it says something about the quality. It's got to be quality for the price. So here's the cork. It's got the Lafite Rothschild family symbol with the 5 arrows. A fairly short cork, I would say. I don't know if 1722 is that denote the year it was bottled, but this is 2019 Paradis Casseuil. The label, again, you can see the Lafite Rothschild family logo, so it's part of that family. And similar to the Lafite labels and Duhard Milan labels, definitely part of the family. It's from the Bordeaux region, so it's got no kind of distinct region that it comes from. And let's look at the color. Dark red, a little bit lighter in terms of intensity than you'd see in, some of the top growth wines. So let's taste the wine. I will let you know I've had this open quite a while now. We put it in the decanter and I did drink it right away. And my initial impressions was it's really a very easily accessible wine. You can tell the Merlot fruit, very silky, very earthy, lots of dark fruit aromas and flavors when it began. So now it's been open for almost probably 5-6 hours in a decanter, and it should be fully aired at this point. So on the nose, you get some dark fruit, some kind of herb kind of elements, a little bit of chocolate in the aromas, but I wouldn't say classic Bordeaux. It's a good Bordeaux, but entry level, I would say. So on the taste, still nice. With extended aeration, you do get a little bit of greenness at the aftertaste of this wine. So I'm not sure you need to air it this long. It is, to me, a fairly pop and open type wine, which I think tasted a little bit better at the beginning of the night. And as I've aired it this long, it doesn't, to me, it's got a little bit of a burnt toast, a greenness in the aftertaste. But it's still got a lot of dark fruit, a lot of Merlot based. It almost feels a little over extracted to me, but I think it's quite a nice wine, especially if you drink right away. So my rating of this wine is going to be 88 points. It is from the Lafite family. I still like it at the price point. I think it's around $39, $40 if you can find it here locally. It's a really attractive bottle, and it's actually a very nice drinking wine. So I could see this also when we talked about Chateau Ancelin. I could see this also as a wine that would go into restaurants quite a bit, although it doesn't have the same appeal, probably in terms of the association with Chateau Lafite. But it is a Chateau Lafite owned winery. I don't think I could say for sure I taste the style of Lafite here, but it is quite a nice wine and comparable to a lot of the kind of basic Bordeaux wines that are out there that score in the 88 to 90 point range. Really like this wine. Glad I had a chance to buy it. And so until next time, happy drinking.